Hello YouTube, this is Nitroflame 250. I'm coming back with you in another Pokemon Y Wi-Fi battle. Hold on a second, this might take a while to get used to. Screen is not really working that great. So first I'm going to use Dragon, I'm going to use my Aegislash. Knowing that Aegislash has good defense, first of all has good attack, I'm going for a Shadow Ball and see how much I take out. Goes in for Dragon Tail, which means Dragon Tail, which I moved actually that does. Switches to Pokemon out, so he's gonna bring in my next Pokemon is gonna be Trevenant. One thing I like about Trevenant, by the way, is that it has like a natural cure, which means anytime you switch out, it fixes a cure on it, by the way. He goes in for his a substitute. I go in for my he goes in for. He goes in for Roost. He goes in for Roost. So knowing that he might be stronger than I am, I switch out. Just make sure he doesn't have just to make sure, because of flying type moves he might have. I go in for my Blastoise or Aegislash. Yeah, I haven't done this for a while. He goes in for Dragon Tail again, knowing that this time and everything he's gonna send out my Blastoise, by the way. I go in for a Dark Pulse. Not quite knocking him out yet, by the way, but then he goes in for a Roost, by the way, so. I then go in for the Mega Evolution by a Mega Blastoise, so then maybe I can take him out, but. Some things I should change. Since he has the ability to Mega Launch, I'm going for a Dark Pulse, see how much damage it would take out, which is pretty good, decent damage, by the way, so, yeah. Goes in for a Thunder Wave, paralyzes Blastoise, can't move. Goes in for Roost, because he's a chicken. Doesn't want to lose. Doesn't know how to fight like a man. I go in for a Dark Pulse, which does take a pretty good decent damage. He goes for a Roost. Unfortunately, the more times he uses his Roost, but more times he will run out of it. So, I'm not that scared. Substitute, which is a good idea and everything. He goes in for a Substitute, takes a bit of damage away from him, by the way. He goes in for a Dragon Tail and sends my next Pokemon out, by the way, which is probably going to be Trevenant. Yeah, Trevenant. I go in for a Psychic, by the way, see how much damage I can take out, which is probably going to be good, decent damage, which actually it is. So I take out his Dragonite, then he sends out his Greninja. Knowing that Greninja's a Dark type, I didn't switch out. I switch out to Blastoise. He uses an Ice Beam, which he has ability Protean, so he's gonna transform into Ice type. Knowing that he's a part Ice type now, I can use a Brick Break and knock him out easy. He then uses Attract on me, knowing that if I can fall in love with him, by the way, because he's part male and female, then one's female. So, knowing that would actually happen, by the way, I then switch out into my, or not. Never mind. So I go in for my Aegislash, knowing that even since he's part Dark type, he still has an Ice type ability, which does not mean it's gonna affect Aegislash that bad, even being in defensive mode. He then goes in for a surf, by the way, to see if he can actually take me out, so he transforms into a water type. Since I survived 1 HP, I'll have to go in for a sacred sword. Which you do take out a decent amount of damage out of him, by the way. Then going for a king shield. Knowing that I won't want him to kill me yet. So he goes in for a surf. King shield protects me. He goes in for a tract. But knowing that Aegis Slash is probably a male, of course. I go over my stat change, by the way, but I get to him and get nervous, by the way he might be immersed by love. And guess what? He isn't. Going for a sacred sword, finish him off. And I destroy him easy. He goes in for his final Pokemon, Raichu, by the way. Knowing that Raichu doesn't, Steel type moves wouldn't have much effect against Raichu at all. I go in for a sacred sword. Well, you know, sacred sword isn't a Steel type move, but he goes in for a Voltaco, by the way, knowing that I'll take off a lot of damage, by the way, of him, so, yeah. He then goes in for Rest, by the way, knowing he's going to heal himself, by the way, then he... So to make sure he doesn't get the upper hand, he's going for a Dark Pulse. See how much damage it'll take out of him, by the way, so... Or else he get paralyzed. Probably ought to be paralyzed instead. He goes in for a Sleep Talk, see how much damage he can take out of him, by the way, so then... I go in for a he goes in for a Voltaco, taking me out easy. I then sent out my final Pokemon, Trevenant, which Trevenant does have a good, decent amount of damage attack against him, being kind of like, not like immune, but resistant to electric type moves. He goes in for a Voltaco, doesn't take me out at all, so knowing that what he just did, I go in for an Earthquake. And, you know, take the damage out away from him, and pretty much destroy him. So that was the battle and everything, and subscribe to my channel if you want, like, comment, I don't care. Anyways, have a great day.